Hi, Novak. Congratulations. I guess you're pretty happy about your performance today. It was close to perfect.
Best performance of the tournament, as I was hoping after the long fourth round that I'm going to start playing better as the tournament progresses, and that's what's happening now. So I'm very pleased with the way things are going.
Novak, are you happy to have faced a young player in the semis? Because it's always good to see a change in the pattern. What do you have to say about that?
Sure, of course. It was a amazing ambience, atmosphere on the Suzanne-Lenglen. It was the first time that I've played the semi-finals of Roland Garros on that court, and I'm obviously very glad to be able to win in 3 sets and against a player that was in form and has played many tournaments, many matches this year, and that carries himself very well on and off the court for his age. He's the leader of a new generation, very powerful, has a lot of strength and variety in his game. I managed to handle his heavy spin very well today, but I'm sure that as I've told him after the match, that we're going to see a lot of him in the future if he continues doing so well.
Novak, you've obviously talked a lot about the possibility of completing the career Grand Slam, but what about the prospect of winning a 4th Slam in a row? What would that mean to you?
Well, look, I put myself now in a position in which I wanted to be in. Of course, ever since last year's final, I was hoping that the clay court season would be successful in the other tournaments, but mostly in this one. This is always high on the priority list when I start a season thinking about Roland Garros, and to be able to reach finals is really special. And I give myself another opportunity to win the trophy. For a change, it's great to have a day off tomorrow. I think it's going to serve well to recover, to get that energy supply, and Sunday I'll give my all, as always.
Hi, Novak. As you travel the world in the biggest tournaments, sometimes the crowds are with you, but a lot of times maybe not so much. But talk about the energy, the zest, having all that support. What did that mean to you?
Well, today it was Davis Cup kind of atmosphere on the court. That's how it felt, a lot of support for both players, I would think, and Dominic as well deserved to have that support. He was probably, crowd recognized that, he's a young player, first time, his debut in semifinals of Grand Slam. They wanted him to do well and win, win today's match. On the other hand, I also had plenty of support throughout the tournament, not just today, and it was just a lot of energy, a lot of emotions going on the court from the very first point to the last, and the crowd was actively participating in each point, which I find very exciting because we don't get to see that too often, and that's why we as an individual athletes want to, in a way, have sometimes this kind of atmospheres, because in the big matches like this, you always want to feel special on the court, because you worked hard to get into that moment, and it adds that extra a special kind of weight to the match itself, when crowd is there, when it's full packed stadium, when they get involved and they stand behind and support both players. Those are the moments that you live in your mind when you're training every day. That's where you want to be. That's why you practice.
He just won against Wawrinka. He's playing also a great level of tennis this year, and on clay especially. So now, do you see this final going?
Yeah, well, we played 2 finals already on clay court tournaments in Madrid and Rome, back to back. We split wins. You know, he came back from you know 2-set deficit in the first round, and second round also winning in 5 sets, and you know, he's a fighter. He's has improved so much on the clay court over the years, and I mean, this season is a great example of that. So I'm sure that it's going to be a final with a lot of emotions and a lot of exchanges from the baseline, because we have a similar styles of game, and I know his game, he knows mine. I'm sure that we're gonna try to both give it all on Sunday.
Novak, I'm not sure if you would have seen the news yet, but Tommy Haas was just named tournament director of Indian Wells. Just wondering what you think about, I know you've played him obviously a bunch, what you think about that hire and what sort of leader he might be.
I kind of expected that to happen. I didn't know about it, but now that you tell me, it's I think perfect solution for Indian Wells tournament, considering the great relationship Tommy has with Larry Ellison, and Tommy has been around so many years in tennis, and he's still in the active professional tennis, so he still hasn't retired. But I don't know how taking responsibility of few different roles is going to affect him, and but I'm sure he's very eager to to contribute in a way to the growth of that tournament that is already setting up a very high standard in that category of the ATP event. So it's a great, I think, great solution for Larry and for Indian Wells.
Novak, we know that Andy has beaten you in Rome and last year's one in Canada, but in slams it's been a while since he has beaten you. When you enter a match with Andy at a Grand Slam, do you feel that you have the mental edge over him, or any certain edge over him?
Well, look, we've split wins lately. I think in the last 12 months or so, he's beaten me probably 3 times. I beat him maybe 1 more or 2 more, and I think he's one of the most dedicated tennis players on the tour, and he always seeks to improve his game and always get better, which I do too. So I think looking at our history of the first time we played against each other, and ever since we have met, and when we were 11 years old all the way till now, if we knew back then that we're going to fight for biggest trophies in sport, I think we would both sign the document. So it's pretty nice that our rivalry has evolved over the years. And I don't think that there is any particular advantage to my side. I think mentally when we step on the court, sure, maybe to some extent, some small percentage, but he's playing in great form, and we haven't played in Roland Garros too many times. We played, I think, last year in 5 sets. I remember that match very well. So let's see. It's another Grand Slam title up for grabs for both Andy and myself. And one thing for sure that I know that I can expect when I get on the court with him is going to be a very physical battle, right? which always is the case. So that's why the day off will definitely serve me well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Continue serving there.
On vodi konferenciju, ne znam.
Bio si veoma ubedljiv u prva 2 seta. U trećem si kipteo od samopouzdanja uprkos svojstva protivnika od 3:0. Meč iz tvog ugla.
Najbolji meč, najbolje izdanje na ovogodišnjem Roland Garrosu. Definitivno je u pravo vreme došlo, uzimajući obzir nezgodnih 4-5 dana iza mene gdje sam morao, da se razvukao meč sa Bautista Agutom u 4. kolu. Znao sam da ću imati priliku da opet izvučem iz sebe maksimum kada je najpotrebnije, i često se to dešavalo u prošlosti na Grand Slam turnirima kada uđemo u tu drugu nedelju i kako mečevi postaju sve teži i protivnici sve kvalitetniji, tako iz sebe izvlačim ono najbolje. I u četvrtfinalu sam odigrao na vrlo visokom nivou, a danas baš onako kako svaki put poželim kad izlazim na teren, tako da se iskreno nadam da ću moći da se nadovežem na to i u nedelju, da pružim svoj najbolji meč, jer će to biti neophodno kako bi osvojio ovaj trofej.
A u nedelju Mare.
Jeste. Pa, igrali smo ove godine već 2 finala na 2 velika turnira na šljaci, po 1 pobjeda sa njegove i sa moje strane. Jedno je sigurno, bit će dosta razmena s osnovne linije, bit će dosta fizički zahtevan meč, nema tu mnogo tajni, vrlo dobro se poznajemo, igramo slično. Mislim da je on napredovao dosta na šljaci, napredovao u drugom servisu koji mu je možda bio mana u prošlosti, ali eto, kažem, on je jedan od najposvećenijih tenisera na turu i najkonstantnijih, to se vidi po rezultatima. Trudi se da napreduje sve vreme i drago mi je da sa jedne strane to naše rivalstvo koje datira od naše 11. godine i dalje je aktivno i eto, bit će još jedna borba za Grand Slam titulu. Ni on i ja nismo imali priliku da je osvojimo nikada u karijerama, tako da će ko bude osvojio sigurno biti presrećan za prvu titulu.
Ale, hoćeš li nešto menjati u svojim pripremama i pristupu pred finale i da li ti prošlogodišnji poraz služi kao neko iskustvo da bi to nešto promenio? Šta ti zapravo uopšte nedostaje da bi dobio?
Pričali smo o tome. Ništa neću specifično menjati. Mislim da ne treba da se potencira ta priča promena. Mislim da je sve ovo što radim do sada i tekako dobro funkcioniše u mojoj karijeri, ne samo na ovom turniru, na svim turnirima. Bio sam jako blizu, bio sam na set i 2 seta od osvajanja ovog trofeja više puta. Ponekad, to je manjak sportske sreće, ponekad jednostavno bolji protivnik tog dana, tako da psihički pristup ne manjka samopouzdanja, ne manjka ni motivacije, naravno, tako da sve što treba je samo održati to, iskoristiti sutrašnji dan, da se oporavim, da na neki način skladištim malo tu energiju koja će mi biti neophodna za finale.
Još samo jedno, izvini. Priča se, i ti si sam to rekao, da je u tvojoj organizaciji pripremama sve da se sve zna do tančina, pa kako to uopšte izgleda? Se tačno budiš u isto vreme, meriš hranu koju jedeš u gram? Možeš li da vam kažeš malo?
U principu, s obzirom da sam individualan sportista, ne mogu sada da pričam u ime ostalih i kako možda da je neophodno pristupiti sportu iz različitih aspekata kako bi došao do vrhunskih rezultata, zato što je svako drugačiji. Ja imam svoje određene neke standarde i tendencije i potrebe i navike i stvari koje jednostavno praktikujem sam lično, a i sa ljudima oko sebe. Međutim, ne postoji ništa, da kažem, što je urezano u kamenu, kako kažu, i što nije promenljivo. Ja sam osoba koja voli da uči, da nastaje dalje, da se razvija, da napreduje. Tako da svaka godina je drugačiji izazov, sad sam i otac i muž i stvari se jednostavno menjaju u toku dana, neka svakodnevica je potpuno drugačija nego što je bila recimo pre nego što sam postao otac, tako da sada uglavnom provodim vreme sa svojom porodicom uveče, ali vodim naravno računa jako puno o ishrani koja je i moja velika strast i ljubav, jer jednostavno trudim se da svoje telo u svakom aspektu života i svog bića na neki način održim u tom nekom optimalnom zdravlju. To znači da sam svestan šta radim i šta jedem i na način na koji mi teku misli, mnoge neke stvari. Mislim, za uspeh na svetskom nivou je to neophodno, barem u mom slučaju je to tako sada, svako je drugačiji.
Kako si uopšte trenirao i dan? I da li je bilo potrebe da treniraš uopšte? Ovo kad si igrao svaki dan?
Pa mislim, zagrevao sam se.
Samo zagrevanje.
Pa da. To je, pa nema. Jedino posle meča.
Nole, da li smeš da razmišljaš šta su sve ulozi u finalu? Postavio se ti na engleskom pitanje, juriš sva 4 Grand Slema, sad da ne nabrajam rekorde. Kako ulaziš u te mečeve i da li smeš da podlegneš emocijama?
Pa, iskustvo koje imam ću pokušati da iskoristim da pristupim i pripremim se za ovaj meč kao i za svaki drugi. Naravno da je sama emocija i situacija igrajući Grand Slam finale, pogotovo Roland Garrosa, drugačija nego bilo koji meč. To je nešto što je neminovno, međutim, s druge strane, opet, kako je Patrijah pokojni govorio, kakve su ti misli, takav ti je život. I ne želim uopšte sebi da stvaram veći pritisak nego što već jeste. Znači, pritisak je ogroman. Očekivanja su još veća. Tako da, ne samo sa moje lične strane, nego od mnogih ljudi koji me prate i podržavaju. Ja sam toga svestan. Ali ne želim uopšte o tome da razmišljam niti da pričam više nego što već osjećam. Tako da ću se potruditi da jednostavno svoje misli i energiju usmerim na onaj način koji meni odgovara da ja pružim i sebe maksimum u nedelju. To je to. Hvala lepo.